Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel of Elkin National School Vasai East. This is Mrs. Mamata Biju, your subject teacher of SST. Today I'll be teaching for standard 7th, that is Geography chapter number 10, Human Settlement. Now they have given the figure 10.1. It is showing the settlement at suitable location. Look at the following picture, find suitable location for human settlement and show them in the picture. Now this is the suitable settlement. Over here they have given this settlement. This is other kind of location. Settlement at suitable location. Now let's read this geographical explanation. Human settlement flourish at places with favorable geographic condition, such as availability of water, a conducive climate, fertile land, etc. In the early settlement, the occupation of the people were dependent on the locally available natural resources. This gave rise to the separate settlement of people engaged in particular occupation. For example, people along the sea coast are engaged in fishing. Their settlement become fishing hamlets Kolivada. Forest dwellers or tribal people use forest produce for their livelihood. They live in forest area in tribal hamlets, Adivasis Padas. Agriculture is practiced in fertile areas. Farmers' families build their houses in or near their field. These settlements gradually grow bigger. The settlements where the original occupation of the majority of people are based on the natural resources are called rural settlement. Agriculture, fishery, etc. are some of this occupation. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that now human settlement is always flourished at the places where they see the geographical condition, and they settle where there is availability of water, and they settle where there is a proper conducive climate and the fertile land. Now in earlier times the settlements, like the occupation where the occupation of the people were dependent, there only they used to locate, and wherever there is natural resources available to nearby, there they settle down. Now this which gave the rise to separate settlement of the people in a particular occupation. Now the people who are staying near to the coast, sea coast, they are mostly dependent on, they are engaged on fishing activity. So this is their daily bread. Now where there is a settlement becomes fishing fixed, so they settle over there. Now forest dwellers or any tribal people, they use the forest product whichever is available near to that forest. They depend on that and they make their livelihood over there. Now agriculture is always practiced in fertile area. So where there is a fertile area, they stay over there, and the farmers families also build their houses where there is near to their field. Then slowly they grow bigger over there. I mean their houses started expanding over there. Then their original occupation of majority of the people are based on their natural resources. So this kind of natural resources and the settlements of the human people were nearby is called rural settlement. Now there are some of the occupations which is fixed for them is like agriculture and fishery. With the passage of time, other associated occupation also developed gradually in this rural settlement. As a result, people from surrounding area migrate and settle there, leading to an increase in rural population. Houses are built and different facilities are developed for the growing population. Importance of secondary and tertiary occupation increases. the proportion of people engaged in primary occupation declines. This process leads to the transformation of rural settlement into urban settlement. Due to the religious, historical, commercial, educational, and administrative reasons, and also due to tourism, the original settlement may transform into an urban one. If the population and the necessary amenities increase on a large scale, the urban area grow in metropolitan cities. Now, over here in this paragraph, they have explained that with the passage of time, the occupation also started developing gradually in the rural settlement. Now, in the surrounding area where people migrate and settle there, and there is an increase in population also. So, once the population is been started increasing, houses are built in different facilities has been provided for the growing population. Then over there it has become an importance is been given to secondary and tertiary occupation, and it is got also increased. People started getting engaged in primary occupation. Then after gradually this started increasing, then the rural settlement got transformed into urban settlement. Then after that, once they got settled, there are various religious, historical, commercial, educational, and administrative reasons started going around. Then if the population and necessary amenities increase on a large scale, then the urban area grows into metropolitan cities. This is the type of settlement. Over here, this type of settlement where the fishing is their main importance, so they settle over there. Okay. Now, after considering various settlements, we realize that people settle down in different geographical condition and adopt themselves to the condition in the region. Patterns of human settlement evolve in accordance with the natural condition. In this lesson, we are going to study the major patterns of human settlements and the reason behind them. Now, in this paragraph, they have explained that there are various kinds of settlements. When people started realizing that according to their likes and dislikes, then according to the geographical condition, then according to the proper condition of the region, they settle over there. So there are various and major kind of a pattern of human settlement is there. Let's discuss on that. Using the resources from the surrounding, man constructed houses and started living in them. In the modern era of science and technology, people have made a remarkable progress in the construction of shelter. They have even built skyscrapers. Man is thinking of constructing colonies on other planets and their satellites too in future. Settlements have provided man with stability. Rural settlements is the first step towards a stable life in human history. Urban settlements have evolved through the expansion and growth of rural settlements. A certain way of life is preserved in rural settlement. Increase in the population of rural settlement is the beginning of urbanization. Life in urban settlements is more dynamic. There are large scale economic correlations between rural and urban settlement. The day-to-day food requirement of the urban population is fulfilled by the rural settlement. Modernization, science and technology lead to the transformation in both types of settlement. Now in this paragraph they have explained that according to the uses of resources in the surrounding area, man started constructing houses and they started living in them. Now in the modern era, that is as per the science and technology, people made a very excellent and remarkable progress in the process of the construction of making shelter. Now After this progress, they started even building skyscrapers. Then man started thinking to make the colonies and other planets and satellites in the future. Then after that, the settlement they have been provided by the man, which gives stability to them. Then rural settlement is the first step towards the stable life in the human history. And after that, human settlement got evolved, and there was an expansion of that, and there was a growth also in that rural settlement. There was an increase in the population of rural settlement, and it started, and it got started in the beginning of urbanization, and the life of the urban settlement is more great and dynamic. Now the day to day food requirements of the urban people is been fulfilled by the rural settlement. As per the science and technology, and as per the modernization, this got transformed into both types of settlement. Now one they have given this picture, scattered settlement. This is scattered settlement. The type of settlement and the characteristics of their distribution can be described as follows. So this is one scattered settlement. In scattered settlement, houses are few and far from each other. Generally, such settlements are found in the area of high relief, dense forest, grassland, hot desert, and extensive agricultural land. Now their characteristics are: distance between scattered settlement can be clearly seen. These settlements have limited population, as in small hamlets. Facilities and services in these settlements are not adequate. As these settlements are closer to nature, they are free from population. They depend on the centrally located villages for their day-to-day requirement. Now over here in this paragraph, they have explained that in scattered settlement, this is a scattered settlement, okay. This picture shows about the scattered settlement. Now in scattered settlement, houses which are built over in the scattered settlement, they are very few and far. So generally you will see this kind of settlement in the area of high relief, then dense forest, grassland, hot desert, and where there is extreme of agricultural land. Let me tell you about the characteristics of it. Now the characteristics is that the scattered settlement, the distance between can be clearly seen. Now this type of settlement have limited population, and the facilities and services in these settlements are not adequate, okay. Now these settlements are very closer to nature, and they are free from population. They are dependent on the centrally located village for day to day requirement. They have to be dependent on centrally located village. This is the second one, nucleated settlement. These settlements are generally close to water resources, sources like brooks, rivulets, river, lakes, reservoirs, etc. In the deserts of Rajasthan, we find nucleated settlement near assured sources of water, fertile plains, transport hubs, and mining centers. Commercial centers often lead to the development of this type of settlement. Beside these reasons, defense, health, education, and other social and religious factors can also give rise to the nucleated settlement. Now, nucleated settlement, let me show you the picture. This is of the nucleated settlement. Over here, the road is there, and after that, in between from this road, joining narrow valleys, the space is there. Characteristics: in this settlement, houses are close together. Social services are available in these settlements. As these settlements develop in certain places over certain period of time, they attain particular shapes. Roads are narrow in the old part of this settlement. People from different caste, religion, race, and ideologies live together in this settlement, and hence they have a better social life. Now, in the nucleated settlement, what they are explaining is that this kind of settlement is generally close to the water resources, where there are brooks, rivers, lakes, reservoirs, etc. Now, you will see the nucleated settlement mostly in the desert area like Rajasthan. Okay, the fertile plains and the transport hubs and mining center and commercial center, there is often a growth of the development of this type of settlement. Apart from this, defense, health, education and other social and religious factor also give rise to the nucleated settlement. Now the characteristics are like over this of this is houses are very close together, then services are available in the settlement, then in this settlement there is the development also, then roads are narrow in old part of this settlement, then peoples from different caste, religion, race and ideologies, they all type of different people live together in this settlement, and hence they grow in better in their social life. Linear settlement are seen along roads, railway, river, sea coast and in foothills regions, etc. These type of settlements are narrow in shape and they spread along a straight line. Then characteristics: houses of in these settlements are along a single line. As the settlement grow in the course of time, multiple lines emerge. Roads are parallel to each other. Besides houses, some shops can be seen too. These settlements grow along with the road. For example, such settlements are found along the coastal tracks, major river and national or state highways in our country. Now in linear settlement, this is the linear settlement. Okay, in this type of settlement, this settlement is seen along the roads, railway, rivers, sea coast and in foothills region. This type of settlement is very narrow in shape and they are spread in a straight line. Now the characteristics of the settlements are this type of houses are in the single line. See, you will see in the single line. Settlements grows in the course of time. There is a multiple line emerged. Then roads are very parallel to each other. Then the some shops can be seen over here. Then in this settlements is grown as per the along with the road. For example, like settlements which are found along the coastal track, this type of track, major rivers and national or state highways are seen in our country. Okay, so students, we have completed this chapter. Hope you all have understood this chapter. Bye students, take care and have a nice day.